I or someone starts it now, they have a lot of updates and learnings to do about the whole process and setup. So their actual brain weights are for that task are going to update a lot quicker. And that's the concept of learning, right? Like for us, that is why we suck in the beginning on every task, because our brain does not know how to do it. So our brain is like, I need to learn, I need to update more and more and more of these things. And then we actually look at people who are really, really good at what they do. So, for example, any sports player, right? Like LeBron, Brady, the reason why they're very, very good at what they do, because in the practice, they have updated it to the point where they specifically
Mm.
know all things that are required to be done, and they're just executing in the match. Their brains states know exactly what is to be done, so they're like, we know the task, we just need to manage environment because we
Mhm.
know the task that well. So that's all. Beings are taking the transitions, and the models are a good way to sort of look at it from the outside. Like that's one of the reasons why I got into machine learning, was because when I see a model, I'm able to see a bad representation of my brain,
Mm.
learn things, and then I'm like, I'm trying to learn strategies from it so that I can update myself and learn
So
better.
there's so much we could talk about. We could talk about education. Could talk about philosophy and spirituality as well. Because in my understanding, we're here as human beings on this planet to learn. And we
Yep.
learn pleasure and pain. So there's that we could talk about as well, and how we're training this model through maybe is it pain or pleasure? But then there's more we could talk about, which is like the model. What does it look like particularly back in 2017, and how it's different from today, of like what does it look like and feel like to actually train this model? What are you looking at? You said I like to do this because I get to see how a bad representation of my own brain learns something, and then I
Yep.
learn something through it as well. What do you mean by you're actually looking at the algorithm do this? Like, is it through a visual representation?